give you a disclaimer because we want to be very upfront and transparent with you. We are not financial advisors. We are investors, consultants, marketing professionals. The idea that we present here are our analysis, experiences on how to profit in business, not financial advice. We are not a financial investment company. We do not invest other people's money. We help people get funded with no upfront cost. There are absolutely no money to put up here to join Credit Star Funding. And then we can offer you a consultation and connect you to education strategy and platforms that can create an income for you. Despite of that, we make no representation or guarantees of income. Our funding program is free to enter. Some of the platforms may be free, some of them are not. However, we recommend not to outlay any money you can't afford to lose. Don't rush into anything. Do your own research. Consult your own legal advisors or your legal counselor before you make any business move of any kind, including this one. So myself or any of my team members, they may show a replay of this video. We will not be liable for any damages, expenses, or other losses that you may suffer because of this information. And so let's move into the information now. These are facts that are very powerful, and that this is what we all face on a daily basis. Most people will fail financially, unfortunately, right? 93% of people don't have good salaries. Only 7% of people, according to the SBA, make $100,000 a year and above. And today, even that really doesn't buy the American dream. It doesn't allow people to save any money, especially if you have a family. And so only 7% of people make $100K a year. 95% will not succeed in business. The number one reason for that is because they don't have the money. The second reason is because of time. And the third reason is because of skills. And those are very widely available statistics on the internet if you care to research that. This may be you. I hope it's not you, but it's pretty much the avatar of the average 55-year-old in America, here in the United States, probably 150K to 500K in debt, with 10 or 20 years more on a mortgage payment, $16,000 in debt in credit cards, 16% interest. You have a car payment or maybe two, a medical bill, college bills, unpredictable bills. 78% of people, according to a very large and famous poll from Harvard Harris, says that 78% of people live paycheck by paycheck. In other words, they are 30 days away from not having any money. And 69% don't have $1,000 to their name for an emergency, and that is a USA Today statistic and also a Forbes statistic. So we have a way to turn that situation around very, very quickly. And you need a solution because the odds are basically stacked against you. Building a business without money is very, very difficult today. Franchises are too expensive. A Starbucks is $250,000 in a bad location. In a good location, it's $500,000, $600,000. And a regular Starbucks at the corner of any place out there makes about $78,000 a year. Stocks require a very large investment to leverage. Real estate also requires a very large investment to leverage. And sales programs have 95% failure rate, and internet opportunities are loaded with scams at a dime a dozen, and nobody trusts them. So these are the famous quadrants of the Robert Kiyosaki Rich Dad, Poor Dad book, which has been around 12 or 13 years. Is a very, very simple principle, but very, very powerful, and it applies to us so perfectly. And basically, wealthy people make money work for them, and poor people work for money. The whole idea here is if you're an employee in quadrant on the top left, well, you're all by yourself. All you have is a job. If you're self-employed, you still have a job. The only difference is that you are the boss. But still, you're still working, right? You're still in the 9 to 5 type of grind that it's practically kind of like it doesn't really allow you to leverage and to make the money that you could be making. The best situation is to be a business owner and have a system that works for you, that makes more money than you need, and then you can invest and you can make money work for you, so you can work towards eliminating debt, build savings, and then grow money into more money. If you never read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, read it. It's one of the most inspirational business books, probably of a lifetime, very famous on the internet. And it applies to us so well, because what we do in Credit Star Funding, we fund you with a personal / business loan for 50 to 250K. And in many, many cases, I would say 60 to 7% of the times, we can upfront a very expensive legal credit repair package to get that credit fixed, number one, correctly, and number two, in an expedient type of timing. And we help you also, we help you to create a payment plus create a monthly income for you by using artificial intelligence platform that operate in the major 3 sectors of leverage, which is trading, signals, and arbitrage. And then we help you to grow your income larger and larger. We have all kinds of analysis that we can give you. We can sit down with you and we can show you everything in the most transparent way as possible. So when it really boils down to, guys, if I have to write it to you on a napkins over coffee, this will look like this. Number one, you join for free without spending a dime. You get funded without spending a dime. And then you enter artificial intelligence trading platform, of which the most powerful we have. There is no money that you need to enter that platform. The other 2 that we have, you need a little money to enter those, but not very much money. And consequently, this gives the average person out there a level playing field where you can come into this program, even if you don't have sales skills, if you don't have business skills, and you're just a person with a dream that wants to get to the next level. You're looking at it right in front of your eyes right now, exactly how you can do that. And it's very, very dynamic, and it's really catching on out there in the marketplace. It all starts here. Your FICO score is the most important number of your life, because that number right now can save your life, can save your financial life, right? Because that number is worth money. Here in America, FICO score is everything. Bank will give you money if you have a good FICO score. And consequently, we need to work on that. If you have a score that is sufficient, you can get a fund of 50K, 250K, no collateral, no recourse, no money down fund. So you use other people's money and then you leverage, because that's what wealthy people do. Every skyscraper in New York, every industry out there, every shopping center that you see when you drive around, they were all built with someone else's money, because that is just a smart thing to do. So I don't know where you are on the scale right now. You could be a person with an excellent credit score, or a good score, or a very good score, or a good score, or you may be in the orange and red there, where you are like, a 500, in the 500 to early 600 score, and you need heavy credit repair. We have a team in the company that can fix any credit. In time, we can fix anything. We can even erase student loans, bankruptcy, medical bills, late payment, repossession, collections, foreclosure, tax liens. We use a law firm to do that. We have a parallel team to that does all the research, documentation, and processing. This is the most sophisticated, state-of-the-art credit repair system that can fix problems that most people only promise out there, and we are doing it as of we speak. And the credit repair is necessary before the loan, during the loan, and after the loan. However, in our system, we know that the power of our company, the power of Credit Star Funding, is that we work with people that have a marginal situation. Okay, we're not looking for perfect credit scores. We're not looking for 800 all the time. We're not looking for 700 all the time. Although we have a lot of those, I would say that 50% of people that apply, they naturally and organically have a 700 credit score and above, and then we see people that are constantly below that. And we have probably the only mechanism that I know that can actually help a lot of people that are in that position. That is our strength. That's why we can do things that other people cannot do. Because if you don't fix your credit, you're going to get stuck with high interest rates on your credit cards and loans. Your credit cards and loans may not even be approved. You would have difficulty to be approved for renting a home or buying a car or getting a job. You're going to have high security deposits on utilities and higher insurance premium. I mean, if you take a look at this little table, I mean, a $20,000 car loan over 5 years, if your FICO score is in the middle of the road at 640, it's going to cost you 25% of that car. It's crazy. In a home situation, if FICO score is 640 in a home of 350,000, it's going to cost you almost as much as the house over 30 years. So you need to understand that your FICO score is costing you a lot of money, and you're going to need to fix it. And we have the mechanism to fix it. And 70% of the time, we can actually upfront a $5,000 credit repair package that really gets the job done, and then you can reimburse it after the loan. But here's the magic of what we do. This is why we can do what other people cannot. You have a 670 credit score, 660, 650. You make $4,000 or $5,000 a year. You are marginal. I like to say you're broke, and I'm not saying that to upset you. In America, $4,000 or $5,000 a month, you're not having a very good lifestyle, okay? You need to bring it to a higher level. Well, walk into a bank with $650, $670, and $4,000 a month, you're never going to get a loan. You're never going to get any money. You're never going to go into business. It's just not possible. However, when you come into Credit Star Funding, we help you gather all the right document, the right documentation, and we educate you, and then we send you to. We have exclusive contracts with two very powerful teams. One is credit repair, and the second one is a funding team. And we also have a troubleshooting team for different cases that maybe we're going to talk about in another webinar. But once your information gets in the end of the credit repair and the funding team, then they have a software that simultaneously deploys your application into, let's say, 15, 20, 25 banks all at one time without any of those banks knowing that you're actually doing that. They think they are getting the only application from you, right? So that is an automated way to really do a lot of shopping for you instead of you running around town and driving and going from bank to bank, and hopefully number 18 is going to give you a little loan. We can actually get you several loans from different banks and make the amount that you want. To get you to 50,000, you may need 4 or 5 loans at 10,000 bucks, right? So we do that because we have a very special software system that does all the deployment and the cloaking without really all of the stuff going and destroying your credit report. And consequently, we are very, very successful at doing this. And when you come out of this tunnel, here you are someplace between 50,000 to 150,000 with no collateral, no recourse deposited in your account. And basically now you're off the ground. And so here is kind of how the qualification scale looks like right now. And these are your chances, your possibility. If your credit score is 700, you have a $5,000 a month income. Believe me, that's not a perfect situation that you can be. However, at that level, we may have to do some tweaks on your credit report, but not much. You're pretty much good for the full loan at that level. Okay, and if you are coming in at 670 with a $4,000 a month income, we can actually upfront half of those fees for that credit repair, then get you into a partial loan, and then eventually, after we fix your credit in 45 to 60 days, then you can get to the full loan that you're looking for to accomplish whatever goals you came here for. If you are in the 630, actually at the 670 to 4,000, if you need any credit repair, any tweaking that we need to do, we actually upfront the fee for you, and then you reimburse it at the time of the loan. At 630 to 650, and you are below $4,000, the situation looks a lot more unstable. We're willing to maybe upfront you half of those fees. So we take a flyer on you for $2,500. You take a flyer on yourself for $2,500, and then you reimburse us the $2,500 after the loan. You're going to have to go through 2 stages, partial and then full. And if you are in the 620 and below, at that point, you're going to have to come up with a whole $5,000. We don't have a middle of the road, cheap way to do this, because it never works, because you need legal, there is labor involved, there's research, there's documentation, there's processing, and practically pretty much that is taken by the law firm, because they really have a very powerful way to actually go after the credit bureau and stick them with all the mistakes that they make and all the acts that they violate all the time, and leave you alone and give you a clean credit report. That's pretty much, I have a full webinar on that, but for right now, you kind of get the gist of what's going on. So this is why we do what other people cannot do. And we're very, very successful at doing it, because do-it-yourself credit repair doesn't work. Cheap credit repair doesn't work. There's $1,000, $2,000 middle-of-the-road agents that you can find out there. It doesn't work either. I've been doing this a long time. And consequently, we either go all the way or we don't. And believe me, the stakes are too high here to compromise, because once you get a loan like this and then you decide to leverage into one of our platforms, probably you're never going to have to work another day in your life, okay? So this is very, very powerful and needs to be taken seriously. Now, if you don't have the $5,000, which I'm understanding that, maybe 30-40% of people, may not have that kind of money, just refer a couple of loans a month of $100K, which is our average loan, and we pay you a commission of $2,500 per loan under our agency system. If you refer 2 loans per month, you can make $5,000 a month now. 6 months from now, you have a powerful income, right? Say you're one of these people with 550 credit score and $2,000 a month. Hey, you work your way out, okay? You work your way out. This is really not that difficult, certainly not difficult to find customers. So we have a 2-level agency commissions based on a 100K loan example here, where we pay you $2,500 on the first level. And if you like to refer other agents, you can do what real estate companies do, or insurance companies, where brokers, they hire agents. They do their own sales as well, but they also hire agents that can work in their office, right? They can work under their umbrella, under their training, under their guidance, and so on and so forth. Now, we'll pay you very well on the second level as well. So this is the kind of money that can get you off the ground right away. If you're broke right now, get a business card. We have an example of a perfect business card in the file section of our group. Do 5 loans per month, that's $12,500 per month. Do 10 loans, you do $25,000 per month in pure income. 20 loans is $50,000, 40 loans is $100,000 per month. If you decide to build a little team, they say 10 agents on your second tier, each selling 3 loans per month, you're making an additional $15,000 per month by leveraging the agency system. So this is very, very successful and can get you off the ground pretty quickly. So this is kind of the typical case study for us. Let's take an Unperfect situation, and most of them are right here, 650, 670, 4 or 5K income. We do this all day long, guys, all day, several times a day, right? And 30-35% of the time, we get a better person, like 700 and 5,000 and above. But most of the time, people come in at 550, 670, 4K to 5K, little or no savings, because at this level, you can't save any money, and no plans for retirement, because people out there have no plans for retirement. Now, you enter our tunnel with Credit Star Funding. We build your credit score to 720. You access, we get you a partial loan with your 670 and 4K income. And then we, while we do that, now you can head to the credit repair package because you got some money, and we build you all the way up to 720 and above. Then eventually you can access, a full $100,000. We want you to keep 40,000, be comfortable, okay? You have some savings there. You got to pay your loan fees and your credit repair, and then you put to work $60,000. $10,000, you should do it. You should save it on the side to enter a corporate program, because you should operate as a corporation. You should build corporate income, because it's a lot safer than operating personally, and also corporations pay less taxes than the individual. And so now you got $50,000 that you can put into immediate income growth. If you have a business that can make you $8,000 a month with that money, go to it. It's, you're not obligated to use any other services other than the loan system that we have. If not, we can present you with ideas with the AI platforms, which happens to be my very favorite way of earning an income. It's very powerful. That's going to be the future of income creation, is with artificial intelligence. And I'm fully in it. I'm fully on board with that. And let's say we can build an income of $8,000 a month, plus you have a payment on the loan. Consequently, you're netting maybe $5,500. That's an extra $66,000 a year that, frankly, you haven't done much for it. Then if you decide to open up that corporation, after you build the income in this corporation, because now you have an income, instead of keeping it in your normal checking account, put it in the corporate account, now this corporation builds income because the corporation is a person created by law. It has his own name, has his own number, just like you have your name and your social security number. And then when we can get you another $100,000 to do exactly the same thing. So you save $10,000 for the next corporate program, you put $50,000 into an income growth system, build another income of $8,000, and maybe you are one of these people that has finally caught on to our model, and you can maybe sell 2 loans every month, make an additional $5,000, and now you have a profit of $10,500 on top of this $66,000. Then you can go and it's a life-changing income at $196,000 a year. So that is exactly what we're doing, guys. As I said in the beginning when I gave you a disclaimer, this is not a guarantee by law. We cannot give you any guarantees. We can only tell you historically what happens and what has been happening both with the funding system and platforms. We can never predict the future in the financial industry. We're not allowed by law to future anyone. We have a corporate build-up program that you can enter with eventually to make that corporation stronger and stronger. We're not going to cover this right now, but we can build a Dun & Bradstreet report. We can build a website, and we go through 21 points of improvement that can make you very, very, that you can look very, very good in front of the banks. We also have a conventional business loan system for businesses that make $3 million a year. We service the $3 million a year is your average dry cleaner, restaurant, mom and pop coffee shop around. We can get them $300,000 to $6 million. They will need some collateral for that. Business loans are different, but it's a huge market because small business drives the American economy. You have no idea how much money there is in small business loans. So we have a 1-2 punch here. We can service a person with marginal income, marginal credit score, 650 to 670, non-collateral, non-recourse, and we can also go to the business industry and put them to the next level with 300,000 to 6 million loans. So as I said before, now you have your $100,000, keep $50,000 in your savings account. You've got, maybe 6 or 7 or 8, 9 months of payments stashed away, so you don't worry, although you're not going to need that long. You get your credit repair nice and clean, and you pay your loan fees, right? Because we don't work for free, that's for sure, and neither do you. And now you got $50,000 that maybe you can put into an artificial intelligence trading platform. Now, let me talk to you about that. There are a lot of stuff on the internet about these things, okay? I employ a team of programmers that vets all of this stuff to make sure that it's real. Nothing that you're ever going to see in one of these webinars is a toy. This is very serious stuff. This is what millionaires are using, okay? This is what sheiks in Saudi Arabia are using. This is what high-level business people are using, okay? This particular platform is called Unify, was created by David Dewar, which is a man which career spans as a holding executive and technology leadership positions in IBM. He used to run entire artificial intelligence programming teams for IBM. This is a signal platform. We'll send you a signal in Telegram, like right here, right? See if it loads, see the signals are coming, and you can decide the frequency of the signals. And when they tell you to buy, buy. When they tell you to sell, sell. End the story. This is like a green and red button, 2 minutes once a month. And so this is a basic level signal system that really, really works. And then they have also a more involved system. They have 3 levels of involvement. I would say elementary school, middle school, and college, right? That you can go deeper into this, but at the grandmother proof type of system, this platform has a history of creating 632% gain in about 14 months. And depending upon what the value of Bitcoin is, then you can have a wallet gain or a wallet diminishing. But even if the Bitcoin is diminished 50% here, the wallet gains were still 318%. So on the low side, this has a long history of 22.71% per month and a high history of 45.14. Guys, real estate, if you want to buy and sell real estate, you're looking at 5% a year, right? But gold is only 2% a year. The stock market, if you're going to play it safe with a good stockbroker, is 5% a year. Annuity mutual funds are 5% a year. You're going to need millions of dollars to retirement. That's why people can retire. So at 22.71% per month, you are looking at a much better leverage situation where a little money can actually become life-changing money, because $50,000, it's a little money, right? It can become life-changing. It can eventually turn into a very, very substantial amount of money, and we covered that in certain trainings that we do or privately with you. The second platform that we work for is a platform that looks at the entire 2,200 coins of the entire crypto market that is trading at $30 billion a day. And what it does, it takes 2 coins at a time and it trades between those 2 coins. And we give you a menu of them that you can monitor in your back office and see which one is in the positive the most, and then you can turn them on and it will start trading and give you these percentages automatically. This is the most mind-boggling platform I've ever seen. We have a webinar in every single one with the corporate teams of these companies. These are real-time on the internet. This is not some kind of a fake account someplace. It's real time. You're going to have your own account. They're very, very easy to operate. You just push a button. Yeah, yes, I want this pair. No, I don't want this pair. And they automatically trade right into your Binance account. It's a very simple situation. We train you how to do that. And then we have the start of the show. This is powerful, guys. This is called arbitrage. Arbitrage is when you buy a pair of shoes from one flea market for $5, and then you go to the next flea market and you sell it for 10. Okay, we do the same thing with cryptocurrency. We monitor 91 exchanges because all exchanges in the world have a different price on Bitcoin. And we specifically go with Bitcoin because it drives the whole market. And it doesn't matter what the price of Bitcoin is, we're always looking at the differential. We don't care if Bitcoin is $1,200, but then it goes to $1,500 tomorrow, you make $300. If you have 10 Bitcoins, you just made $3,000 for the day. So it becomes extremely powerful when you really understand it. This is a very simple principle, but to put it in practice, how do you monitor 51 exchanges and then go in there and effectuate all the buying and selling? It would be a nightmare without an artificial intelligent platform. And this one is completely automatic. It's managed for you because this will be a security in the United States, because anything that is done for you is a security in the United States. You gotta study the Howey law, the Supreme Court's ruling on the Howey case I don't remember when it was now, 1946 or something like that, but that is the rule that applies to Securities and Exchange Commission now. If you buy a Starbucks coffee shop, for example, and you hire someone else to manage it, and you don't have to do anything, it's a security. So you understand that United States is extremely, they have a choker chain on business when it comes to that. So what we do, we actually operate this platform for you from an internationally managed trust. As a 2.5-year history, it trades 5 days a week, it pays weekly, and the profits are absolutely astronomical on this. At 2,000 to 20,000, you are at a low of 1.5 to a high of 2.5 a day, 5 days a week. Okay, very, very powerful. At the second level here, 20,000 to 50,000. The low at 275 is 37.5% a month. On 20 grand, you will be making 7,500. That's full-time income with 20 grand for most people in America. You can't find a job out there for $7,500. I know corporate executives, they used to make 300 grand. They got laid off or their company went overseas. They can't find a $30,000 job. Yes, they say, well, there is a lot of jobs in America right now. The economy is good, but they're not paying very well. So if you look at these percentages and you put a calculator to it, you are not going to sleep at night. We have a waiting list to come onto this platform. It's so powerful. We're getting to the bottom. It's going to take us about a week to get you in here. If you're interested, we have a full webinar on this. I'm going to show you exactly where the website are. And now you understand that what you can do with a little fund, because 50,000, 100,000, that's what I call small money in America today. So look at what we're doing, guys. You enter Credit Star Funding for free. We charge you no monthly fees of any kind. We, as Credit Star Funding, have no monthly fees. Some of these platforms may have. However, the income is so huge that it's a wash, really. We fix your credit. If you're a little bit in debt, we adjust that debt ratio with the bank. You know, we massage the situation. Most of the some days we can give you same day funding if your documentation is right, if we don't have to massage too many details. Maximum 5 days, you're going to get the wire for your money, 50K to 250, depending upon where you sit on the qualification scale. Then we assist you with the AI income. We umbrella into your international trust, so you're perfectly legal, because laws in this country are different than other countries. For example, in Germany, the speed limit is 180 miles an hour, or in America, 70 miles an hour. Two different points of view, right? So we operate in the countries that allow us, and then obviously we pay you right here in the United States. We help you develop a corporation because we think it's very beneficial to you. And we can also connect you to a high-level tax firm. That's not a service that we get paid on. This is just, you know, if you're going to earn cryptocurrency, it's a capital gain property in addition to income taxes. So you may want to have a consultation with a firm that is experienced at that, and most of all, with someone that you trust. And if you don't have a high-level type of a consultation, we connect you with one. That's strict connection. That's no money in our pocket. And then we have a free agency program. If you want to be an agent and explain this to other people, you can make substantial money. And I know that some of you are doing so well and you are so happy. And I'm very happy for you. So here's what to do next, guys, right? You go to creditstarfunding.com. You have the ID of the agent that gave you this presentation. You set up your account, you fill the loan application, you load your documents, which is not very much. And then after you do that, you send an email to officialcreditstarfunding@gmail.com. We verify all of the documentation. Then you can go to Credit Star Funding Resources and you can book an appointment with the funding team. And now you get funded, you can produce an income, you can grow your income, you can reloop it to compound, you can really do great things, and you're off the ground. I don't know what your financial situation right now is, but let me tell you something. You're probably going to put the calculators to the numbers that I just showed you. And if you are in any marginal financial situation right now, you just looked at the most serious way out. That's not going to take you 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, or whatever. Okay, this is not joining Amway, guys, on the 5-year plan. We're talking about 2 weeks you're into a full-time income. So these are the websites. creditstarfunding.com, you're going to get your own ID. That is the loan application processing system site where you go there and you sign up and so on and so forth. creditstarresources.com is where we have all the video replays, all the documents download that you can read, and we also have the booking button where you can go and book an appointment with the funding team after you email us, or we book it for you, or you can go to creditstartbooking.com and book it in the available slots. The funding team is extremely precise on the times, and consequently, when you make an appointment, you better show up, right? And then we have Credit Start webinarregistration.com because you wanna make sure that you get notification the webinars that we do. We do a lot of webinars, we do a lot of trainings, and and we want to make a lot of people successful. We also have a Facebook group, which is called Credit Star, facebook.com groups /Credit Star Funding, where we just put a lot of notification there on a daily basis, and you can also post and you can ask questions. It's a very interactive type of group that we support everyone else. So I appreciate you being here tonight. I am done with this presentation. If you're interested, if you want to go to the next level with us, call back the agent that gave you this presentation. Ask all the questions, and then I hope to see you on the next webinar. For now, good night.